How's it going, everyone? It's looking like the Packers are finally hiring someone for the QB coach position and also the defensive line coach position. So starting with the QB coach position, they are going to be hiring former NFL quarterback Sean Mannion, who was one of the top candidates for the position. Now, he did get rave reviews and about his brilliant mind from both Matt LaFleur and Tom Clements. So the hiring is not entirely a shock, but what is a little bit shocking is the fact he did get hired over Connor Lewis, who has spent the past 3 years under Tom Clements as an assistant quarterback coach, and also Luke Getsy, who was the quarterback coach for the Packers for, I believe, 3 years before Tom Clements came back. So Sean Mannion's apparently has a very good rapport with Matt LaFleur, and if his mind is really as brilliant as they say it is, hopefully this does translate to better play from Jordan Love, especially considering he's, once again, getting hired over Connor Lewis, who kind of was seen as the successor to Tom Clements, but apparently not. And also Luke Getsy, who actually held that position for 3 years as well. And the Luke Getsy part is going to be a little bit even more interesting, considering he is currently holding the title of senior offensive assistant, whatever that really means. So I feel like the Packers might know something that is not known in the media and hasn't been tweeted out or announced, but maybe they feel like Adam Stenavich could be departing for another team as an offensive coordinator to where he could actually call the plays, considering with Matt LaFleur, he's just the offensive coordinator, but it doesn't actually call the plays. So they might feel like he could be leaving, and that's where Luke Getsy could take over offensive coordinator. Just a guess and a theory, but as of right now, Luke Getsy's title kind of makes no sense, considering I thought they might just wait to see what happened with Stenavich, and if he stayed, he would get the QB coach position, but apparently not. They've already filled it and are moving forward ahead. Now, moving along to the defensive line coach position, they are going to be hiring former defensive coordinator from the Patriots in Demarcus Covington. And now Demarcus Covington is only the D coordinator for them last year. It's a bit of a rough year, honestly, based off the whole Patriots team as a whole. But he did coach as the linebackers coach in 2019 and then as a D-line coach from 2020 to 2023. And he's kind of moved up the ranks through the Patriots organization. He's been with them for quite some time under Bill Belichick and then in the final year with Gerard Mayo. Now, last year's defense under him, not that good statistically, but like I said, the whole thing with Gerard Mayo and then the team as a whole seemed to be a little iffy. So for kind of to go towards his final year as a defensive line coach before the complete change happened over there in New England, statistically, he was a great coach. So looking at the run defense for the Patriots in 2023, they allowed 3.3 yards per carry, which was best in the league. And they only allowed 6 runs for 20 yards or more and 3 yards for 40 plus. And now, granted, it's the entire defense, but when looking towards the run game, best in the league at 3.3 yards a carry. Now, as for the passing part for the Patriots, especially kind of focusing more on the defensive line, in terms of sacks, the Patriots only accumulated 36 total sacks, which was best for, 6 worst in the league. So definitely something left to be desired statistically in the sack department for the Patriots. Sounds like another Rebrovich thing where great run defense, low yards per carry, but not very many sacks. So Demarcus Covington is going to be tasked with trying to develop this defensive line into getting a better pass rush than what we saw last year, because we were pretty bad in the pass rush department. There's been a lot of draft capital spent on this defensive line, but over there in the Patriots, I don't believe they had a first round pick at all amongst that defensive line. He was still able to get a lot out of them. So that's something to kind of be excited about. The word around the league is he's a great coach. Probably just got rushed into the defensive coordinator spot a little bit too soon and might have been overwhelmed, especially with everything going on over there in New England. There's a lot going on, especially with the Gerard Mayo, and it seemed to kind of be a headache. So we'll kind of take the defensive coordinator 1 year stint of Demarcus Covington with a grain of salt. But as a D-line coach, looks like he's a pretty good coach, well regarded. And even though he had a tough year last year, he was still getting interviewed for defensive coordinator positions. So if that says anything, you could take something out of that. And so in the end, it looks like these are two great hires for the Green Bay Packers as it looks right now. We'll see, obviously, once the season comes about. But in the offseason, currently, Sean Mannion looks like a great choice for the QB coach position. And for defensive line, they got, and what some articles are calling it, an overqualified candidate for the defensive line coach. He was a great coach at the defensive line position and then kind of got overwhelmed at the defensive coordinator. It's hard to know how much of that was to put on him considering the insanity that was going on over there last year. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.